You want to hear some commentaries of Meherabad? Well, all these loonies are in Meherabad, including myself. Well, this board was put later on. It was not in the beginning, but in the beginning we had a post office board, right? Now we are all standing near the Dhuni. Now Dhuni was just in the beginning under the tree in 1925, and the date 13th of November 1925 when it was lighted. And you will see it is here now, and it was there under that tree in the very beginning where the table was. It was just in front of the table. And on that day, Baba asked us to light the Dhuni, and we did. In the beginning, of course, the Dhuni was just only a hole in the ground. All of a sudden, Baba tells us to light the Dhuni. We just prepare, get the wood, light the Dhuni, just dig a hole, get some faggots, get some wood, and light it. And that's Dhuni. Well, there is nothing special. You need firewood for Dhuni, and we get the Dhuni. In 1923, the first time when Baba came with the Mandali on foot from Ahmednagar, we all sat down with Baba facing the east. Baba sat down here. This had a round platform then. Later on that was destroyed. But this is the tree, and nearby is the well. There you can see. When we came here, this saint's tomb, this Mast's tomb was not there in the year 1923. His name is Gilori Shah. He was a very good friend. Adi's father loved him very much. And he had come to know that Adi's father had some lands in Arangaon. The name of Meherabad did not exist then. Then he asked him that, will you please give me some room there? I want to sleep there. All right. Adi's father says, all right, select your place. So he comes and selects this place. So when we come in the year 1923 with Baba, we only see a crypt ready. He had prepared for himself. Then when Gilori Shah saw Adi's father again, he said that after I am buried there, one big man will come and stay in Arangaon. He implied Baba. During the year 1923, when we went to Quetta and came back again, he was buried there. The tomb was there. And then onwards, in off and on, we used to leave Meherabad, come back, go back, come back. And then we used to live in the post office, which is near the railway lines there. I'll show you the place. This is the area where the post office existed. The post office of vintage World War I. And where we, the men Mandali with Baba, when he was talking, stayed with him. That was indeed a very good life. Baba mixed with us freely. He was talking, singing. We sang bhajans too and everything. But that was the time when he was just weaning away from our religious beliefs, slowly, gradually, and gradually. And here, when between these two trees you see was Hazrat Babajan School, where all the boys from Arangaon were given education. We had hired teachers too. There were plenty of boys. They were maintained and kept here. Baba washed their clothes. Baba gave them baths. We also helped Baba. And the school was run on a real scale. It was not just a slipshod thing. All education was given. When we had to move and Baba said, all right, close it down, we closed it down and moved out. Twice we went to Quetta, that is in 1923 in 1924. This school was in 1925 when the dispensary was also there and the hospital in the old building. The new building was built in 49, but we stayed a number of years in the old building. That was also of vintage World War I. It still stands. We have kept it standing. You see, this building here is called Baba's jhopdi. Jhopdi means the hut. That's the name Baba gave to it. And he got it built under his own supervision. He supervised the building right from the beginning till the end. And the local masons used to come from Nagar and the carpenters from Arangaon. And this was his retiring room. And here you see Baba's table, which was near the Dhuni in 1925, wherein he wrote the book. Now we'll go near the jhopdi and I'll give you more commentary regarding the jhopdi. Jhopdi back again. We are all back at the jhopdi and you see Baba's jhopdi. Jhopdi means the hut. That was his retiring room in the beginning. He used to come and sleep at nights here. And as usual, there was always a night watchman. But that night watchman was allowed to sleep. In this jhopdi, Baba used to have staggered periods of seclusion and silence. It could be 8 days, 15 days, or anything. You would just tell us that I am going to lock myself in the jhopdi, and you, just anybody will be my night watchman. All right, that is it. During that time, he would either take tea or coffee or only water. But all his needs were attended to within the room. We supplied the pani, we attended to his needs, cleaned his potty. He even had his bath inside in a bathtub. Everything was inside. When he said that I'm secluding myself, and that was that. Whoever the orderly be, once it fell to my lot to be the night watchman. Well, of course, I was allowed to sleep. I slept on this northern veranda just below the window. Once during the night time, I think after 12 o'clock, Baba felt very thirsty. And he knocked and knocked on the window, but Padri wouldn't get up. 6 o'clock, I heard the knocks again. I got up. Then he writes me a note that since 12 o'clock at night, I am feeling very thirsty and I knocked on the window, but you are sleeping like a dead man. Well, that was that. He didn't say anything else. I immediately attended to his needs, ran down there, and got what he wanted. So, this is the place. So you could easily say he started his silence or his seclusion in small periods of 1 week, 2 weeks, or anything. He would say 2 weeks, he would come out within 1 week. At the same time, he used it to seclude himself during the day. Well, that is another story I'll tell you that is connected with the book and the table. This is the interior of the jhopdi. Well, Baba used to seclude himself and keep silence. And all his communications were through this window. Many a time the orders were not to see my face, that he would say. So he would write down on slips of paper, pass it on. He would try to hide his face, and we too would try to hide our face. So all the things, his food, if the food be, or cha or coffee or anything, were only passed through the window. We were not allowed to see him. That's all. And all his needs and all his necessity, his bed was on the ground. We slept on the ground. There was a bathtub here. If he wanted to take a bath, We would just bring the bathtub, pani and everything, and he would have his bath. We'd throw the pani out. And same way, whatever he wanted was given to him. And the night watchman would sleep on either veranda, north or south, communicating through the window, and Baba would knock because he kept silence. This is the table. This table, as I said, was under the tree near the Dhuni. Dhuni did not exist then. First came the table, then the Dhuni. Dhuni has a story of its own. Anyway, in 1925, Baba secluded himself in this table. It was not a sort of very strict seclusion. He would come out of this room. For him, this was the room. This is a good room for a man to sleep in and live comfortably, sit comfortably, of course not stand comfortably. Baba would open the door, come and sit down under this roof. And just opposite the roof there was dug the Dhuni. The first Dhuni was lighted just opposite there. There was no platform then. And here he wrote the book. He started writing the book inside this. That was sort of staggered seclusion or partial seclusion. He lived in this table, but he would come out of the table. He would come into the jhopdi to write, or he would go any place where he would want to write. But strict orders, keep off from me. Go on, just out. He would give the instructions to the orderly. Don't let anybody come near me. The minimum distance would be about, say, 100 feet. The orderly would strictly obey the order, and he would just chase everybody out. We strictly followed that. Here, he wrote the book. In the jhopdi, he wrote the book. And later on, we carried all the manuscript. For a number of years, we guarded it with our lives. But then something has happened to it. Do you know what? Can you give us the idea where is it? No? I don't know. You know it. Go on, speak up. Come on, dig it out. Everybody is searching for it. No? Well, I don't know either, neither the Mandali knows. But I remember very well having carried it around my neck. It was a square, a rectangular black box. And Baba had warned us that you protect this, you guard this box with your life, and never, never open and see what is inside. You will go mad. That's why I'm asking you, where is it? No? Well, neither do I. I don't know. Let us know when you find it. This is the old building of Meherabad, where we lived a number of years, of vintage World War I, built in 1916 and kept going still. If you will see, it is under repairs right now too. Now these 4 posts that you see are the posts of the trusses which we had propped up from collapsing. And one day all of a sudden Baba comes and says that these 4 pillars of Meherabad, Padri, Pendu, Adi and Vishnu. Well, if you see now, this pillar, these 4 pillars, all of a sudden Baba comes one day and says that you 4 are 4 pillars of Meherabad. That is Adi, Vishnu, Pendu and myself. Now, if you look at the remaining 3 pillars, one has conked out, that's Vishnu. One is leaning forward. The other is leaning sideways. And the third is wobbling on both its legs. These are the 4 pillars, or the 3 remaining pillars of Meherabad. Yes, sir. Anyway, In this building, we stayed a number of years. When the trusses leaned out a great deal, we prayed to Baba, Baba, please now give us a new building. Otherwise, we are all going to be buried. Pendu implored Baba. All right, come on. You have one building. Where will you build it? We'll build it just nearby. And that's how this building came to be built in 1948. And that's where the Mandali lived and live right now. Now, you're looking at the building and a pair of bullocks and a water tank. This is how the water problem in Meherabad is solved, by transporting water. This cart is watering the flower beds, the tree beds now. Well, it's a regular feature. We are doing it for a number of years and we'll do it till the end. This is the picture of the hall where this video is being taken. And it is in the new building where Baba used to give the audience in this hall. This hall is slightly bigger than the old building hall. Old building hall was 40 by 20. This is 25 by 50. Now what do I say? Nothing. This is again the hall. And you see Baba's seat that you saw in the picture. Baba sat on the chair where you see Baba's picture now, and the Mandali sat around him. In the photograph, you see he is talking to one of the groups when he had a meeting here of 4 different groups. This could be any group, northern, southern, eastern, or western. But this is how Baba used to give audience to people. On top, on the left and right hand side of Baba's picture are the pictures of Baba's father and mother. On the left is Sheriyarji. On the right is Mother Shirin Mai. And down below, if you go near, you will see Baba saying, chup, chup, means shut up. Don't talk more. You do as I tell you to. I am sitting in the hall. On my left is Mohammed. Mohammed is on the bed taking his afternoon nap. He has had his lunch. He is in a flowery mood these days. But when he goes off his mood, nothing. You give him pure gold, he will throw in the dustbin. Nothing, no food at all. And during the year 74, he didn't eat for 13 months. Yes, sir, 13 months. He stopped in the month of June, June the 7th. I remember the date very well. And he started eating in the month of July. But he would take only half a liter of milk, that is a little more than a pound. That's all. Nothing more than that. I and Sidhu tried everything, our best, to induce him to eat. No, I'll eat when I like. I'll eat when I like, that's all. When I get into my mind to eat. Nothing doing. People used to bring fruits or candies or biscuits or cookies or whatever that be. I don't want it. I don't want it. And literally for 13 months he wouldn't eat anything. Then later on, again when he was off his mood, he didn't eat for about 40 days. Only tea, 1 mug of tea, say about half a liter of mug. And he didn't move his boils for a number of days, one full month. During that time, when he kept fast for 13 months, Sidhu had to remove his tools mechanically. And this time also, I had to remove. Sidhu had gone, and this time, he would strain and strain and strain, nothing doing.
With your hands?
Yes, sir, with my hands. First, you see, it just dried up, it had dried up like cement. We had to attend to it. And we have got to keep his moods. So even now, people say, when they come, I have to be near them because you got to know the moods of the mass. Very few people know. He would just listen to me. He just listens to Erico also, sometimes Heather, and the servants. Otherwise, nobody. These masks are always fond of one or two people, and they will take their victuals from them only. So it is like Muhammad too. But because he is in a flowery mood, he talks with everybody.
I'm sorry, could you tell that story about Baba bowing down to his own feet?
Well, long ago, yes, sir. That he used to do long ago. I don't know how many years passed, how many years before. But Baba would sit with these folded feet and he would put his head on his own feet like this. And another thing he used to do, when he would walk, while walking, he would just touch the ground and scrape it with his index finger. And one of the masts, Chetty Baba, also used to do that. And that shot, 1 in a million, I could catch in a camera. You have got a picture of Chetty Baba just touching the finger like this, and he used to do the same. I also wanted to catch Baba like this, but I couldn't tell Baba, Baba, please do that. No, what you catch is in the psychological movement. You can't tell Baba, please pose for me. Ah, that pose is nothing. I couldn't do that. While walking up the hill, just do like this. That's all. Yes, sir. Master's antiques are very clear. You can't translate them. I'll say I tried to translate them and failed miserably, and I gave it up as a bad job. Hafiz has said that the tongue is different. If the tongue be different, the ears also should be different. It's a divine tongue that says, so this nut is enveloped in ignorance. Everybody is enveloped in ignorance. You can't translate Baba. You couldn't translate Baba. You couldn't translate anything, can you? No, sir. You're right, sir. I couldn't. I'm an old bug at this, but I couldn't translate anything. But one thing I could translate. If he told us to do a thing, do a thing. That's all. Carry out the orders. And here you will find the proverb of Hafiz that from a ghazal, carry out the master's orders without asking why and how. Yes, sir, it's not for us to ask him. If he tells you, go and get up, go to Nagar. All right, you get ready to go to Nagar. You don't ask him why or what do I do in Nagar. You just get ready, that's all. Then when you get ready and stand before Baba, yes, Baba, I'm ready to go to Nagar. What do you want me to do? Even then, that is not allowed. All right, go to this place. Right. You start walking. Hey, come back. How are you going? I am walking, sir. I am walking, Baba. How long will it take you to reach? 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. But the point is, when he issues an order, his every word is an order. Mind you, none a request. He's a king. You are a slave. So when he tells you to go, you start moving. Go on. Come on. Go means go. The work will be told to you later. Don't say that I haven't had my dinner or my lunch yet. No, you start moving. Then he'll himself ask you, have you had your food? Have you had your lunch? No, Baba. All right, eat it. But the first thing, so that's what I say, obedience. That's half I say so. So that's what I learned. I tried to translate his words. I failed miserably, but this I could translate into action. And everybody had to translate into action. We learned the hard way, mister. It was not coming easily. Yeah, we got clobbered for it. We did. And the first instance in the first, what should I say, the first experience in obedience was in Manzil-e Meem.
You want to sit down?
Whatever you say.
You have to what?
Are you on? That loony,
Say it again.
Huh?
You have to talk your language?
You go and switch the camera on. Yeah, all right, this loony has offered me a chair for me to sit down. All right, I'll sit down, I'll oblige. The first lesson in obedience was in 1922, Manzil-e Meem. We used to meet in the dining hall where Baba used to talk to us, explain to us, jokes, talks, everything. At 9 o'clock, he would just tell us, go to bed. We would all disperse. As usual, we had dispersed one night at 9 o'clock, and in 5 minutes, the gong went. The gong was always rung. It was like a ship's gong to summon the Mandali, summon the loonies back into the dining room. So we all come back into the dining room. Baba is there. We are all standing up. Since Baba is standing up, he asked the questions. What were you doing? He said, Baba, I had gone to the bathroom to wash my face. All right, what were you doing? Baba, I was talking to Sarosh. You? Baba, I was doing this. Baba, I was doing that. Everybody said doing something. Nobody in bed. So Baba asked, what did I tell you when you dispersed? Baba, you said go to bed. Then why are you not in bed? No answer. We couldn't answer him. He said, look, when I tell you anything to do, these are orders and you shall follow it literally. When I tell you to go to bed, you shall go to bed. So, the first thing for you, when this order is sung out, you will go and unwrap your bedroll, lie down in the bed for a minute or two, then come out and attend to your needs. Yes, sir, that was the first lesson in obedience. And I will tell you another lesson later on, not now, because this thing is just limping. And, well, I find it limping, damn it.
Did you tell that story about when Baba bowed down to his own feet?
Well, I think I told you. Well, as I said, you know, he would just touch with his index finger the ground, and at the same time, when he would sit cross-legged like me, he'd just pull out his foot and bow and put his head on his own foot. Why he did it, we never asked. It's a religion, it's a custom in India. A slave never asked the king, what are you doing? Never do that. We never asked. It's a very serious matter. It is a disgrace to the master. We never do that. But we did see it. And he said, I'm bowing down to myself. On his own, he said. Nothing else. But why are you bowing down to yourself? No, nobody dare say that, dare question Baba. I am bowing down to myself. That's that. So, It's almost at the end now. Yes, sir. Well, I gave you how Baba gave us a lesson in obedience. So this was in 1922. I'll give you an incident of 1923 when he enjoined how to follow the master. We were all green recruits, green loonies, not perfect, not yet perfect. All right, even then we had gone to Happy Valley. About 2-3 miles from Happy Valley, you too must have gone. Many people have seen it. We had stayed there for about a week and we were just loitering around. And there was some time on our hands, and I had come on the veranda, and there is a temple just beyond the wall in front of the veranda. The veranda is as big as this. I look over the wall and I see two of the Mandali sitting there into the temple. I had an itch to go and sit down there. So I just circumvent the wall and went to those two who were talking to the man, to the keeper of the keeper of the temple. One of them was Gustaji's brother, a very, very mischievous Parsi. He would like to tease people. So he was talking to the keeper of the temple. That poor chap was only just puja wala, doing worship and everything, just worshipping the stone god and whatever that was his religion. Hardly I had been there 5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes. All of a sudden, Baba comes on the veranda and just peeps like me and just asks one of the Mandali, who are those three? Call them here. Someone shouted, come on you three, Baba is calling you. We stood at attention. What were you doing there? Just talking. You? Oh, I was sitting there, Baba. Me. Baba had just gone there 3 minutes and you called me. Never mind. I am asking you, what were you doing? I said, I was just listening. Now you said you were talking. What were you talking about? Oh, God and spirituality and nothing else. Very good. Very good. Come on. From today onwards, this second onwards, make that man your guru. Pick up your bag and baggage and start walking, all you three. We stood like just statues. Baba was very fiery then, remember? Very fiery. Come on, make him move. Didn't you hear me? Go on, get out. Take your bedroll, go on, make him your guru. From today onwards, I am not your guru at all. Don't come to me. Baba, please forgive us if you won't do it again. Go on, get out. Come on. Come on, why are you standing there? Come on, I told you to make him move. Baba, please forgive us. He said, look, never, when you have made me your guru, never go to anybody else. He might mislead you. I might give you some order, and he might tell you something contrary. Never go to anybody. I am there. You have followed me. You have left your homes and hearts. You have come to me. I won't let you sink. I am the perfect man. Upasni Maharaj has given me everything. Remember that. Never do that again. So, I am so chary that I don't even go near a mast except Muhammad. Only thing. Then, when I had an occasion to go to Pune, I would ask Baba, Baba, may I go and see Babajan? Of course you do. Definitely you go. Well, he wouldn't mind that. But because I was going to Pune, I would ask him the question. Not that I should get an impulse to see Babajan and ask Baba that may I go to Pune to see Babajan. No. But because I was going, he would just permit me. But you would emphasize, yes, definitely you go and see Babajan. You would never discourage us. In like manner, now you saw that meeting picture. One of the group men was asked by Baba, where are you going from here? Baba, I am going to, he just joined his hand. He says, Baba, I am going to Sakori. I like to visit Sakori before I go. Sakori and Shirdi. That's all he said. Baba said, Sakori and Shirdi are all here. You have come here, and there is no need for you to go to Sakori or Shirdi. That's all. No more. He did not discourage, but he said only Sakori and Shirdi are both here. If that man went on his own, well, he did go on his own. I don't know. But that was the hint, meaning thereby, which Baba said as truth. Sakori and Shirdi are in me. You don't have to go. Your pilgrimage is perfect. You don't have to go at all. There is no need for you to. Well, whether that man went or not, I really don't know. Because we were too, well, he just evaporated from here and we never cared to ask him. That's how the living with the master is. You got to follow literally everything. Go means go, come means come, lie down means lie down. Even when Baba was standing, if he said sit down, you sat down. You obeyed. You sit down for 5 minutes and get up again. Although it is disgraceful to the master if you sit down and Baba stands, which we never did. But if he told you, sit down means sit down. No questions. You don't say, Baba, you are standing and I am standing. You are standing and why should I sit down? No. You get a tight slap in your face. You don't do that. So literally, you always follow the master, and you wouldn't know what kind of an order he would issue. It was easy, but at the same time, it was tough. He was a stern taskmaster. He was not cruel, but a stern taskmaster. He had to be. Aren't you stern with his children to teach them? We were raw, as I said, and he did. He was stern, never cruel, and loving, compassionate. After we made the mistakes, he would forgive us and warned us, don't repeat that. Don't repeat that. As I gave you these two incidents, don't ever repeat that. And yes, sir, I have not repeated it. I personally myself have not repeated it. I don't know about anybody else. Thank you very much, sir.
It's on, Padri.
सारे मॅथ बसलेले आहेत सगळे. मॅथ लोक आहेत ना. त्याची भाषा काय समजते का तुम्हाला? आज तिचे कसं काय या मॅथची भाषा समजते की तुम्हाला? या मॅथची नाही. ते बघा तिकडे काय करतो तो मॅथ. तिचे मान आली तो होय. कोण तो मॅन आली तो होय.
Can you translate, Padri?
मॅथ मान आली तो. You're rocking your head, he says. मग भाषा समजते का काय बोलतो ते? तिचे खरी का नाही? द्यायचे नाही, लई खराब आहे, डसल. आपल्याला काय करायचे? हे मॅथ लोकांचे आहे सगळं. मायला मॅथ झाली. खरं ना.
Mata jata ka? France le jata? No.
This is Upper Meherabad, called the hill. The stone structure is the ancient building of World War I vintage. This building was purchased by Adi's father, who gave it away to Baba. Later on, the surrounding area was bought by us. Bought by himself, bought by Adi's father and given away to Baba. In the beginning, when the women came, they stayed in the stone structure where we had to hew out the doors. Later on, when the Westerners came, when the Westerners were to come, Baba said that raise one story. And that story in white that you see was raised in 1938. During the same year, the tomb was also built, as I said. While this building was under construction or nearing completion, Baba says that I would like a tower here. Arnavaz's father, Nauroji, was the engineer here, a very good man, a very conscientious worker. He worked out the details. Baba showed him the place, just above the stairs. And that tower was built. And Baba gave the reason. Build a small room in the tower so that I could seclude myself in that room. He secluded himself, he did. But being windy, he couldn't just tolerate it. And he had to come away and secluded himself in the tomb or wherever he liked. Now this is enclosed by 4 stone walls, which was a prohibited territory for the Mandali. The Mandali could not step into it. As I said, when we wanted to come to Baba's cabin, we would come out from that road, west, straight into the cabin, leave the cabin and go back again in Meherabad, down below. Now, this building here, the lower part, houses the museum where Baba's belongings are kept. And the awning that you see now is been newly built. Recently built of masonry. Right, sir? What you saw, I need not repeat, was the tomb. Now you are facing Arangaon Village, where you see 3 people coming up for Baba's darshan. Now the camera is pointing toward Lower Meherabad, which of course you cannot see very clearly, being shaded by the trees. And we come back again to Meher Retreat, built in August 1938, which you can clearly see on the tower, which Baba ordered us to be built. This is the place where a cave-like structure was dug out for Baba. It is on the spur of a hill. The Mandali dug it out and there was only a tin roof in it. It is not like a genuine cave, no doubt, but having been hewn out of a hill, It could be called a cave, and Baba also called a cave. And Baba secluded himself for a number of days. Now you are looking at Lower Meherabad. In the mid-ground, you will see the railway lines, the well, the road, and the Meherabad buildings. Then you are panning towards Nagar. First comes the cantonment area, where you can see the summer palace of the Mughal kings, and then the city area. It is exactly 5.5 miles from Ahmednagar. Meherabad is exactly 5.5 miles from Ahmednagar on the DM road that is called the Don Manmad Road. It's a highway connecting the north and the south. On my left is Upper Meherabad, and down below where you see those white buildings is Lower Meherabad. All that area encroached by the trees is Lower Meherabad. In the beginning, when we came, there were no trees. It was absolutely bleak. And the last 50 years has seen this development. This is Lower Meherabad at sunset time. It's about 5:30 in the evening in the month of October. There you see now is the old building. And the loony on the veranda is the electrician who fixes up the electrical wires here, who brings progress to Meherabad.
PBS.
Padded towards the old building, far out. That's the old building now under repairs. Now under repairs. Yes, sir, we are keeping it going somehow or other. This is Mohammed at the faucet, at the tap. He likes to play with water very much. He has come to wash his face and wash his mouth. I am asking him, what are you doing? I am washing my face. I am washing my mouth. Jaldi karo nahi ave? Karo so ke nahi? He met for photo geto hai. This madman is taking your pictures again. He enjoys it. Myat photo geto hai nahi ka? तुम्हाला आवडतं का? आवडतंय? हा आवडतंय. बघा ना इकडे. तोंडावरती हात फिरवा असा. Just wash your face. Let us see. Have a look here. बघा रे इकडे. हा दुसरा मॅच आला. दुसरा मॅच आला. अच्छा. हा तिचे दुसरा मॅच आला. Another madman taking my picture. आपल्याला काही समजत नाही. नाही का? हा? He is drinking water. He is drinking water. He always drinks, mostly he drinks at the faucet, straight from the tap. He has his fill. Occasionally he calls for water from the water pot, no doubt, but generally he drinks from the tap. काय बाबाजी? ठीक आहे ना? मॅथ फोटो घेतात. हा आता नलकावा बंद करायचा करता होय. Now when are you going to close this tap? You say, I'm going to close it now. Now if you don't repeat it, he will keep it running for half an hour. Let it run. फोटो घेतात. बघा रे इकडे. हे काय? हा इकडे या. असं काय जय बाबा करा ना. इकडे या ना जरा. जेवायला या ना. हा जेवायला या ना इकडे. हा इकडे या ना. इकडे पायरी जवळ या. पायरी जवळ. હા ચાલો. હવે બોરી ના સાફ કરો તમે. जौहरी ये जौहरी हाँ आओ આગળ આવો આવો જય બાબા કરો ને એટલે અચ્છા હાથ કરું જય બાબા અચ્છા જય બાબા હા જય બાબા થેન્ક યુ થેન્ક યુ થેન્ક યુ થેન્ક યુ तुम्हें खरे ना मैथ लोग है लोग all madmen here आप लोग क्या समझते हैं I don't understand the language neither neither did you mine खरं ना आपल्याला नाही समजत आपल्याला नाही समजत असं सांगा ना नाही समजत Look at his feet. Look at his feet. He used to stand for hours together, and you can see how distorted they are, carrying the load of his body. In the beginning, when he was brought, well, I can't say how many hours of the day he stood, but he was standing. He was lost between the third and the fourth, called the Muqam-e-Hayrat, from which Baba pushed him up to the fifth. And Baba had said that no more progress this birth for Muhammad.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba. मोटे ने बोला ना जय बाबा हाँ This is the Rahuri cabin. This cabin was built in Rahuri where Baba had a mast ashram built. There are plenty of masts. There are some mad people also, but Baba just loved them all and kept them there. When that ashram at Rahuri was broken up, Baba ordered Dr. Ghani, who built this, to break it up, transport the material and rebuild the same cabin, the same size in Meherabad. And this is it. There is a picture of it in Rahuri, of Rahuri cabin also in Rahuri, and here is the picture. Now, I'll give you some incident here. I was a witness too. The story starts in 1922, Manzil-e-Meem. In Manzil-e-Meem, we were not ordered to leave the bungalow. After we came from our respective jobs, we were ordered back to be in the bungalow. So all our necessities there were provided for. We had a barber, we had a washerman, Masaji cooked for us, everything was there. We couldn't move out. Anyway, so this washerman, I was free on that day. Baba used to move about freely with the Mandali, and the washerman had his quarters for ironing and washing and everything in one of the garages there. Baba with one of the Mandali just moves around and goes to the washerman. I see Baba moving around and I follow him too. Well, Baba asks him the question, are you washing the clothes all right? Do you get the material all right? Do you get soap and everything all right? He just talks to him just here and there. And all of a sudden he asks him a question, are you fond of women? Immediately that man shrinks. He is caught. Then he says, just nothing. He just can't utter anything. He says, look, his name was Kashinath. Look, Kashinath, I'm telling you, I'm warning you, keep off from this debaucherous habit or else you will get leprosy. That was that during that time, that is 1922, Manzil-e Meem. Manzil-e Meem broke up. Well, we moved from place to place, came to Meherabad, went to Quetta, went to Nasik, all over the place. And in the late 30s, when this cabin was built, Baba used this as an audience hall. Baba used to go up, retire for the night in that cabin. He used to come down in the morning, go in the afternoon, come back in the afternoon, and go back in the evening. During that time, that man, that washerman, Kashinath, came here. He was afflicted with leprosy. Baba took pity on him. He said, all right, you stay here. Never mind. Nothing was uttered, that's all. Anyway, that man was afflicted with leprosy. Now, as I said, I was a witness in the beginning. Now again, I am a witness to this sequel in the end. One day in the morning, Baba is here in the cabin. He is just is standing in the threshold. I am here and one of the Mandali is here. All of a sudden that leper comes here and stands before him. And he says, Baba, please relieve me. Please relieve me, I am on fire, my whole body is burning. My whole body is burning, Baba, just please relieve me. He bows down on the ground just there. Baba standing here, he says, just makes that, your destiny is very good. Your samskars are being eliminated. Go, don't worry. And after a few days, he died. And he was cremated here. Now the point is, a question to you. What do you think? Baba told him in 1922, keep off from debauchery or you will get leprosy. And it did. My point to you, my question, did Baba curse him? No, sir. No, sir, a perfect master, a perfect man, a man of God, a God man never curses. Never. A perfect man, a God-realized soul. Well, Baba was God as man, even man as God. For him, everything is just God. Everything is oneness. Whom should he curse? There is oneness. He sees himself in everything. Everything is by him. Everything is in him. So how could he curse? The very thought is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But then, how come he got leprosy? Yes, sir. That man in the service of Baba was there. He had his samskars, he had his impressions, he had his life before him. Baba gave him a fair warning. Kashinath, you obey my word and I'll take care of you. That man did not follow Baba's orders. Well, there you are. Had he followed Baba's orders, he could have skipped leprosy in this birth. But even then, I'll say, he was very lucky. In the beginning, he lived with Baba And in the end, after having suffered his samskars, he died in the master's house. But one thing people would just translate as a curse. No, sir, it's no curse at all. A perfect master, a man of God, God-man, never curses. He is compassionate one. He loves everybody. He sees himself in everyone. So whom should he curse? So that's a ridiculous idea. Somebody would translate like that. But it is not so. It was a fair warning to him. You obey what I say, and I'll take care of you, which he did not, and he suffered for it. Thank you, sir. Jai Baba. Ah?
Okay. Sure.
Just take them, Looney. Yes, sir. That's that.
What about that story when you took Maharaj's photo with Baba?
Hey, that's a good story.
Yes.
Should I go get
Yes,
those
sir.
from the hall?
Huh?
I'll go get those photos from the hall.
No, you don't have to get them.
No, you can get those exploded ones, they are beautiful. Or they must have seen it. Well,
What happened?
David wants me to give the story of how I took Baba's and Maharaj's picture. This meeting of Baba and Maharaj was arranged by, or according to the orders of Baba, was arranged by Adi. Letters flew out. Adi also went to Sakori and here and there, back again to Meherabad. Baba showed a desire and sent message to Maharaj, I want to see you. Well, one date was not suitable to one and the other was not suitable to the other. In like manner, the correspondence and the liaison officer Adi went back and forth. Anyway, one date is settled and the number of persons are nominated who would accompany Baba. Sarosh is to drive Baba in his car and Baba is to come from Mahabaleshwar. Baba is only to stand at the railway crossing on the Pune road. He is not to come at Meherabad. Or as he had said, he may come to Meherabad. My name was not in the Mandali's list. Well, here is a good opportunity, Baba and Maharaj coming together and no pictures. You'd miss the opportunity of a lifetime. So, I get ready, hang my camera on around my neck, and I'm ready when Baba comes. I was not ready exactly, but I was all set. When Baba is about to leave after meeting the Mandali, I am all set with coat and my camera and everything. And Baba says, what's that around your neck? Where are you going? I said, Baba, I am coming with you to take pictures. All right, come on. So, I am taken. And I go there. And I got the opportunity to accompany him. And there I took the pictures. Pictures of Baba's arrival, Maharaj's arrival, Baba sitting down in the jhopdi. One thing, after Baba came away, after the meeting, Maharaj and Baba are following and I am just backing up like this to take Maharaj's picture. I didn't have a flashlight. I am just telling Upasni was failing. I didn't have a flash gun and I had to depend on the instantaneous shutter. That's all. So, I just catch both of them coming towards me and I want to catch both of them. So I back up. Upasni Maharaj does not stop walking. So I move backwards, trying to take his pictures. I did snap some, but then I requested, please, Maharaj, please, just a second, just wait. He looks over his shoulders and he asks Mervan, what has that chap got in his hand? What's that black box? Is that some photographic instrument? Well, I got rattled. Now my head is going to crack and my camera is going to break. Baba just laughs in his sleeve, and he says, yes, he's got it. But even then, Maharaj did not get angry. But he wouldn't halt. So, whatever pictures came, it came. I couldn't give any, I had to give a 1/10 of a second or something like that, so the pictures are fuzzy. But even then, the record is there. It is not, that record is not lost. It is there, and some very good exposures could be made out of it. Thank you, sir. Jai Baba. Here is the sequence in pictures. Baba getting into the car from Meherabad. Baba in that place where he was to meet Upasni Maharaj, where he met Upasni Maharaj. I went with him and took his picture. He's sitting outside the hut. Outside the hut again. And Baba warned me, you are not coming here now. Now go and get out. Upasni Maharaj arriving, being brought by Sarosh. Upasni Maharaj surveying the whole area and warning us, nobody should come nearby. The same thing. He is going inside again, going inside. Now after the meeting, both are coming out. That's the first picture. This is the second picture. And he has raised up his hand. What's he got in his hand? That's him here. Then again, people are coming near to garland him. And now if you see here, the respect to the master, although Baba is here, people pay homage to Upasni Maharaj. They garlanded him first and then Baba. Here you can see Gulmai garlanding Upasni Maharaj. Upasni Maharaj is here. And they are leaving now. Upasni Maharaj boarding the car and going back. And after about, he dropped his body in December. I forget now. I think he dropped it
About 9.
On Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
There is one point there too. He had said, he had ordered that all my funeral ceremonies shall be done by Chagan's brother called Vasant. Vasant was somewhere supervising the building work about 100 miles from Sakori. So Maharaj goes just one day previous, he just visits that place and he tells Vasant, come on Vasant, sit down in the car, come on, you are going back to Sakori. He says, Maharaj, this work is lingering here, I got to have my presence here. All right. Upasni Maharaj leaves that place. And in the evening, Vasant receives the telegram, Maharaj has dropped the body, come back. Maharaj told him to accompany him, he did not. Well, that was his mistake. And the funeral ceremonies were all gone through. Maharaj was cremated, I think. And all these ceremonies were done by Vasant. The thing is this, when the master says something, he might have given you an order in the morning, but when he says something contrary in the evening, you got to believe, you got to obey that. You shouldn't just think what duties he has given. Whatever that be, the responsibility is his. He knows what he is talking about. So, it behoves the slave, it behoves the disciple, it behoves the follower to obey what he says. Many times we were in a fix, no doubt, but that was our training period. But whatever he said, the second time in the morning, supposing he said that you don't move out of Meherabad, and in the evening he says, go to Nagar, I go to Nagar, that's all. That's all, that's obedience. You don't argue about it. So, although Vasant was given the interest in the work of the building, he was looking at it. He was obeying Maharaj's order, no doubt. But Maharaj said, come on, come with me. He did not, and in the evening or by evening, Maharaj dropped the body. Or some time later, you see, and he came away for attending, to finish the funeral ceremonies. This is the tomb where everybody pays homage to the master, the avatar of the time, Meher Baba. This building that you see now was originally, on its foundation, stood one room during the Prem Ashram time. It had a pit built in where Baba used to retire for the night, and on top of the pit there was a platform on which, during his seclusion time, he used to communicate through this window. The Prem Ashram boys would come out and sit down here on a platform. There were 5 cells, which unfortunately we had to remove, but you can see in one of the pictures, old pictures, wherein Baba had secluded 5 persons. Baba had secluded himself in this room. Oftentimes, he would just tell the Mandali, go far out, don't come near. And the nearest distance would be about 100 yards. Go away, just go away everybody. Don't come near till I clap and call. What was that? We don't know, but we all obeyed the order. There was a night watchman, constantly a night watchman. And this building, before, when it was a room and when this retreat was raised up to one more story, Baba said that build a tomb here. This will be my final resting place, which he said in 1938 when this building was being built. We demolished the whole room, and on its same foundation, Baba said, just where it is, nowhere else, we rebuild this. And the dome was thrown, dome was built. Then later on, Baba says that bring 4 emblems, Hindu, Muslim, Christian and Zoroastrian. Put 4 emblems on 4 corners of the building. These are made of concrete. They were got from Bombay and then fitted there. Later on, after, in 1969, this canopy, this awning was extended for the people to protect themselves from the sun. This did not exist then, but now it exists. It is to be expanded again because it is not enough room for the people to stand under the sun. This is Baba's cabin, built in 1935. One day Baba comes and tells us that I want a room for myself, a retiring room. Yes, Baba. Where do you want it? And of what do you want it? Do you want it of bamboo and tin or a good masonry work? He said, what do you think? I said, well, we have had plenty of bamboos and tins. We can build a good one. Right. Where do you want it? He just showed out a plot. Here. All right. Here. What size do you want it? You just span his hand, spread out his hand and say this much. I said, Baba, give us a measurement. Something concrete to work on. I can't just work like this. All right. Go and measure it on the ground. Well, this was chalked out And that was that. Now, the thing is this. This cabin is to be built out of the boundaries of the four walls which encloses the retreat, which was the abode of the women. It's to be outside because Baba could call and talk to the Mandali. Right. It is settled. Baba says, build it. Well, I entreated Baba. Baba, we have built plenty of bamboos and tin sheds. Would you allow me to build one good masonry building for you? Oh, Padri, now you are talking. Go ahead. I was jubilant. But I had my doubts too. But I thought that he might allow me this time. All right, the foundation was started in right earnest. You would go and shuttle back and forth and see the progress of the work. After the foundation had started for about a week, he just comes me, Padri, how many days will you take to finish this job? I said, Baba, what are you driving at? Are you trying to cut down my days? No. You can have your time. But tell me at least. You see, I want to sit down. I want to seclude myself in this room. Baba, give me 3 months. I'll give you a good building. Right, granted. Come on. Go ahead. Well, 3 months never came by. That's 90 days. After another week, he comes back again. Padri, your progress is slow. No, Baba, it's very good. No, how many days did you ask? I said, Baba, 3 months. Can't you finish it in 2 months? Well, 30 days clipped off. All right, Baba, I can try. But now, Baba, now no more clipping. Give me at least 20 days. All right, go ahead. You give me an excellent building, very good building. Yes, Baba. The work progresses. The plinth is being built. It has half come up. Baba again comes to ask me the question, how many days did I give you? I gave you 2 months, I think. Yes, Baba. Can you make it within 1 month? Well, I gave up for lost. I said, Baba, look, you want a building, don't you? You have given me permission. You have given me the full sort of, what do you say? License to build it. Let me build it, Baba. We have had plenty of tins and bamboos. No, I'm not stopping you. Go on, build that. But when will you build it? Again the question. I said, Baba, you clipped off 1 month from 3 months. I want 2. He makes a sort of a wry face and says, can't you make it still about 1.5 months? Well, I couldn't say anything at all. I said, Baba, I can try. The plinth comes up completely. All of a sudden he comes rushing up. He says, Padri, now look, forget 3 months, forget 2 months, forget 1 month. Come on, hurry up. I want to sit down within 1 week into this cabin. I want 1 room. Khalas. That's the final orders. All right, Baba, as you say, get it ready in 1 week. But Baba, it can't be built in masonry. Build it any way you like. In any way you like, but give me a room. All right. Baba, supposing I build it in wood. All right, build it in wood. So, I go to purchase wood in Nagar, get the carpenters, nails and everything, and within 1 week, this cabin has been built. And believe me, sir, on the 8th day in the evening, he steps inside and tells her, go on, get out. Out you go. Down below you go. You're not needed here. Baba, let us collect the tools and all this muck around about here. It'll come. Go on. Go on, make a move. Go down below. Yes, sir. The point here is, had he given me 3 months, yes, a building could have been built. But the point is, to keep the word of the master is more important than giving him a building according to your wish. And I built an edifice, a marble edifice, not within a stipulated time. It had no value at all. But he wanted it within 1 week, and it has its value even yet. So, you got to follow the master. If he wants it within 1 week, never mind. You give him anything. Give him anything for him to stay in. And he did seclude himself into this room. And he would call one of the Mandali or many of the Mandali. You just come out, we will circumvent this main building and come out here. And you would see that we went back by the same road we came. This is the Baba is sitting now at the threshold of the cage, which you will see now.
Okay.
Baba once showed a desire to seclude himself in a cage-like structure. He selected the room of this building, and he told us, he ordered us to build a bamboo cage. At that time, Upasni Maharaj also had secluded himself in a bamboo cage exactly like this, which you can see in Sakori even today, as you can see this cage here. When he secluded himself in this cage, the seclusion was so strict that he said that I will even veil myself. And he did, according to what he said. Nobody shall see me. All around this building, a barricade was thrown. The orderly who used to bring his food or water or whatever required would ring a bell. Baba would get into the cage, completely hide himself, and that orderly would deposit whatever he brought or whatever he was to take and would take away and ring the bell again when Baba would come out and take the necessities of his requirements. Well, when this cage was built, there was a point arose. Supposing I want to communicate, although you may not see me, the business goes on. It does not stop even in seclusion. So, he says, I'll only show the board. But how should I show it? So, a window had to be made for communication. So I just cut out a bamboo piece, hammered in a slat, and that was that, through which Baba would communicate with his board. And you have got a picture which you will see how you communicated. That picture was taken by me, and I requested Baba, please put your hand on M